And welcome along to the Allen University Coaches Show. Happy Sunday, everyone. Big show for you with men's and women's basketball coaches. We'll also talk to a student athlete on the men's basketball team, and we can't forget about Allen University softball. We'll talk things over with Coach Robinson. All that and more when we return.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes, instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals, offering products and services that put you in the lead, whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community. We're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
At Allen, discover the things you've been searching for. Achievements, authenticity, an experience that helps to uncover the real you. It's your turn to be discovered, to be polished, to shine. Allen University, where hidden gems are revealed.
And welcome in to the Allen University Athletics Coaches Show, now joined by head women's basketball coach Latoya Jones. Coach, 3 straight. That's got to feel pretty good.
Oh, it feels real good. Feels real good.
Yeah, so let's talk a little about it. Converse College, Albany State, Fort Valley State. We'll go in any particular order, but first, Converse College also set a record for the most points scored here in this gym with 95. I guess you're probably not aware of that record until Kate mentioned it to you, but talk about how well the young ladies played in that contest.
I was very proud of them. They all came in, they played, it was a total team effort. The ball moved great, defense was great. There was a lot of energy. We had a good crowd here. Everything just really worked as planned, and you don't get those games as often. So I was very just proud of how we all came together and did it for 4 quarters.
Yeah, you know, Converse is one of those games. Of course, your schedule was already made prior to your arrival, but talk about the opportunity to kind of dip out of conference play with a non-conference opponent and get a win back under your belt. What was that like for you?
Well, stepping out was great anyway, because there's just a lot of pressure when you play conference, because every game means a whole lot towards the end of your season. And so playing Converse, which is a familiar foe, and just being able just to come together and think differently without, you know, having to think about the standings and placement and things like that. So yes.
Yeah, and so of course then after that you took your show on the road and you went to Albany State in an environment that is known to be incredibly difficult to walk out with a win, and you did just that. Talk about that game, recap it, what went well for you?
Well, first, it's always hard to win on the road. That's why we talk about stealing games on the road. What really went well for us was our defense. We really locked in on defense. I knew that Albany State was going to be aggressive, so it was important for us to guard full court, half court, mid court, just, you know, just be aggressive. And I think that we were able to convert a lot of those defensive efforts into offensive points for us, and that really, and we were able to stay composed the entire time. So that was another added bonus to, I feel like, our victory.
Who stood out in that contest to you individually?
Cash, Zion, and Talia Wesley.
Yeah.
Those 3 really stood out. Talia was everywhere. I mean, she was trying to guard 5 people by herself. She was just really, I mean, she was everywhere. Cash did a great job of leadership. She wasn't our leading scorer, but she was our big leader on the court. Zion was a big defensive bear, I call her, in there. And then she was also very effective inside. I realized with our team, once we can get the inside-out game going, that helps everybody just take a breath for a minute and then really execute our outside game. And then also sprinting converts our transition game, which is something that we hadn't had. So that really made me happy that we were actually running and getting those points as well.
Yeah. Let's stay right here a little bit and talk a little bit about Zion, the freshman, tall, imposing figure in the post, but you can really see the potential if you try to forecast 3 years, 4 years from now, and looking at her as an upperclassman. Of course, we don't want to rush it, but seeing her advance in many steps, I know that's got to be pleasing to you, and I can only imagine what her career can potentially look like.
Yes, Zion is really soaking it up. She's starting to get the confidence within herself. She's starting to know what's a good shot for her, what's not a good shot for her, when to pass out of traps, because now people are trapping her. So now I'm like, okay, well, you need to become a great passer, and now she's kicking the ball out, moving better with the ball. She's starting to understand certain concepts, and her future is bright, and I'm just glad that she's starting to come alive now, and it's consistent, you know, and I'm just proud of that, and that's good for her and us.
Right. So we got 2 in a row at the Converse College and then Albany State, and then you went into another difficult environment in Fort Valley State, able to come out successful with that one, able to get a lick back too as well, and that always is gratifying. Of course, let's talk a little bit about Fort Valley State.
Yes, prior to even coming on the road, I felt like that we left a lot out here on the court when they came to us. I felt like there was a lot of holes, and I just kept talking about those holes. Like, hey, we didn't do well here. We got to fill that. This one, fill this, and just talk about filling those holes so that we could be successful, because I felt as if we lost, but we didn't get beat. And I wanted us to go, and I wanted us to show up as if we come back for war. And so I feel like that's what we did against Albany State as well as Fort Valley State. Well, you know, we had a plan, we executed, we made adjustments, and the girls were just locked in. And I think that that attributed to our win, you know, because it's hard. You get up over 20 points in the first half, it's hard to keep that lead. So I knew that they were going to start coming back, but I wanted our girls to stay composed and not start trying to do too much too soon so we can lose that lead. And then too, Fort Valley, they're a great team. They're number 2. I knew that we had to be smart, and I'm glad that we was able to hold that for the full 40 minutes.
Right. Let's take a quick break, but we'll be back with more.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes, instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
Coach, we're going to look a little ahead to Tuesday, playing at another difficult environment. Seems like I always say that in our league. I guess that just shows you how competitive the league is, but you're playing at Miles College, a team that 18-4 on the season, 14-2 overall. They've only lost 1 game at home. What are you telling your ladies about this environment?
Just stay true to who we are, what we do, what has brought us success so far, and then also just with the understanding that everyone has played a lot of games. Teams tend to drop off towards the end of the season, which makes it more advantageous for us coming up the ladder, you know, to find success. And so, you know, I'm not going to put a whole lot of pressure on this, but I am going to stick to stay with who we are, stay with what has caused us success so far.
Yeah, one of my favorite phrases, never give a team with purpose even more purpose. I feel like this team has purpose. Injury bug has been us pretty good. You've had some other extenuating circumstances personnel-wise, but for the group that stayed committed, that is still here, they have a purpose.
Yes.
You feel the same way?
I do. You know, I tell them all the time, you know, thank you for working hard. You know, we've had a lot of adversity. There has been a lot that has challenged us, but yet and still, we still find a way to keep our hope. We still find a way to find something to keep working hard for. You know, we are low in numbers, but it's strength in numbers. And I have found, you know, that teams will try to throw so many more numbers at us, but then our numbers stay the course. And so, I'm proud of just the effort and the energy and the focus that we're showing that has brought us to this 3-game winning streak. And we're not done. I won't stop here, but it feels good just to know that we're doing it together and that we're doing it responsibly.
All right. Well, that's great, Coach. We wish you well and good luck as you make the trip to Fairfield, Alabama against the Miles College Golden Bears. We'll be back with more.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. offering products and services that put you in the lead. Whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community, we're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
Back now with assistant head men's basketball coach Matthew Bennett. Coach Bennett, in the first season here with the Allen University Yellow Jackets, also played at one of the rival schools back in the day at Morris College. What were those days like?
Those days was a grind. Actually, Morris prepared me for here. You know, understanding that you got to use what you have and value your resources. So it was a grind at Morris.
How's your first year been so far with Coach Walker?
It's great, man. Coach Walker's a teacher. I think that he's gonna help me reach my goals of being the head coach one day. So learning from him and learning his coaching style and learning how to bring a group of guys together and making them more mature on the court, I think that helped me a lot.
Yeah, you're no stranger to this area and its geographical footprint. Played and coached at USC Saugerhatchee, also coached down the street in Orangeburg at South Carolina State. What has been your experiences like being in the professional environment of coaching?
I love it. Actually, you gotta love coaching. Coaching is a job that's not a regular 9 to 5. Right, you don't get most days off like other people that you wish you have off. So the grind of being in the gym, watching film, and just motivating young guys, I just love it. I love everything about it. Yes, sir.
Let's get into the day-to-day weeds of what you do and what Coach Walker decides to disseminate in terms of responsibilities for you.
Well, basically, a lot of the responsibility is mine. Honestly, I handle a lot of the travel, handle a lot of the where we eat and all that stuff, and then also on the court, he allows me to handle the scout and just tell him what the other teams run, and also in practice he gives me a little leeway of doing individual training and stuff like that. So he gives me a lot of duties to do, man. He's on me hard, and I gotta come through with him every time. So
well, don't feel bad. He's on me hard too. So
everybody,
you're fine. You're fine. It's
okay.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the team and the season and how it's gone so far. There's some top-heavy teams at the top of the league in the SIAC, and then it seems like it's just everybody else, and it's a wide open race. Is that the message that you're kind of conveying that any given night you guys can thump anybody?
Yes, sir. That was the game plan going into the Fort Valley game, where we were saying this game is important because this game sets us apart, so we could be in the top tier teams where we gotta compete for second. But then if we lose, we go right back to the bottom. So that's how close the region is. So so we preaching that, and like G-Sean said, we could be preaching being connected, because just how much they love us at the top, they hate us at the bottom. And we was picked to be last, and we're not trying to finish last. So that's the message we're trying to tell everybody.
You've got some guys that's played well, some newbies, and the Lacewells of the world. We talked to G-Sean as well, but you got some newcomers on the roster, and they've really made their presence felt. And that appears to be the difference between last season's team and this year's team.
Yeah. Guys like Taunton Jones, man, he's Taunton story is special. He was Region 10 Player of the Year like 2 years in a row. Big high school player that came out of North Carolina. And guys like him just show up when we need them to, right? And you got Austin James, who's a big-time scorer. He comes off the bench. And just guys like Tavis that plays in the post, and Demetrius Passion that's coming along. He's young. He's only like 19 years old, but big as an ox. So when those guys have good games, we'll be fine. But the biggest thing, again, is staying connected and making sure from the top to the bottom, everybody on the same page.
Yeah, let's talk about the next upcoming contest, if you will. You guys got to make the trip to Fairfield and face Miles College. Difficult environment. I know you're not any strangers to the personnel and the staffs out there, but again, what are you telling your guys in order to be prepared for that contest before you hit the road?
Same thing, man. Just stay connected. We got to respect the little things of basketball, the rebounding, the boxing out, to understand the personnel and just the grind of the game. And one thing about basketball, you cannot cheat the grind. You cannot cheat the grind. You can't. Yeah.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your opportunity for joining us. Thank you very much, and we wish you well along the rest of the way.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more.
Yes, sir.
I think my images truly portray dynamic women, like being bold, being fearless. Growing up, I did not see what I wanted to be. There was just a lack of Black women, business owners, entrepreneurs, creatives. That's how I just started taking pictures. And from there, I figured out that I wanted to be a photographer for women of color. It takes a village to be a Black woman, to live and survive as a Black woman. it takes support. I found my niche and I'm sticking to it.
Each year, the South Carolina Education Lottery raises millions of dollars for scholarships and grants that help students prepare for their dream career, just like Kristen.
Back out on the campus of Allen University inside Adams Gym, and welcome along back to the Allen University Coaches Show. But we're joined by starting point guard Jasher Aldridge here for the Allen University men's basketball team, who's coming off of a career night this past Monday with 19 points against Fort Valley. How did that feel for you?
Felt good. Feel like it could have been better if we would have took the W, but we played hard. We played as a team, and that's what matters.
Now, you know, I've been giving you a hard time. I nicknamed you Chris Paul. I think you're a floor general. I love the way you take control of the game, especially in late moments. And then I just learned that that's actually your favorite player,
yes,
right?
Sir.
What do you like about Chris Paul?
We have our similarities. You know, the first one is he's short. So, you know what I'm saying? He had to become more, he taught me how to become more valuable to a team, not just to bring your scoring, but also to be more vocal. You know, be a leader, be able to get your teammates involved, knock down open shots, finish around the rim, small things like that. And seeing him do that at a small height was showing me that I can be able to do it too.
Yeah. You know, I noticed in late game situations or in situations where teams really want to pressure the basketball, you're not shy in terms of saying, hey, I got this, and calling for the ball and waving people out of the way. Where did that come from?
You know, it came from being more so isolated. You know what I'm saying? Being able to handle things on my own. So growing up, playing basketball, this is my home. This court is, everything belongs to me. So I learned how to take control at a young age and bring it onto the basketball court to where I have nothing to worry about.
Yeah. And so now you guys have gone across the street. You faced Benedict in a rival game. I know you're looking forward to actually hosting them
here
inside of your gym. You've kind of seen moments of how it can be intimidating. We can be when our crowd gets behind it, when our students are involved. I know you got to be looking forward to that inside your gym.
Inside our, that's going to be a great game because so far we're somewhat undefeated at home. So I don't think that we're going to lay down and just let anybody come in our house and take what they want. So I think it's going to be a real impressive game, and you know they should be wanting to come over here and think they're going to win, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, you know, I want to go back to early in the season. You guys made a trip to the U.S. Virgin Islands, obviously a business trip in terms of what was done on the floor, but also an opportunity to decompress and learn a little bit more about your teammates. What did you learn about your guys when you went and made that trip across?
And that trip there was more so of connectivity. My coach always used that word, being connected. So going away from home, a place that we're, you know, not that familiar, we had to stay together. So we had to stay together. We had to learn each other. We had to learn more about each other, what each other like to eat, or where each other like to go. Even though we're not in a familiar place that we are, we still learn how to bond with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, Sean Walker was, this is what people say now, they say he was a decorated guard himself in high school and college as well. I noticed that he coaches everybody hard. Is he a little bit tougher on the guards in your mind?
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like to play for Coach Sean Walker, you have to be a Sean Walker guy. Like, you have to be one of his players, you know what I'm saying? You have to have real tough skin. And at that point guard position, sometimes he can get under it. But I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job because he's a symbol of what we are at Allen. So he say it, I say it, and when we do it. So I think that as long as we stay together, I do what he say, and then I bring it to the court, we'd be all right.
And he comes from a family of educators, and it looks as if he's always teaching first before you guys get into the movements and the sets on the floor. Do you feel like that is the case?
Yes, he's more of a teacher. Like he's kind of a perfectionist. He likes things to be done a certain way, but it helps us. So like in practice, he'll pause. In the game, it's different because he can't pause, but he still sees it. He still sees us trying to perfect it as if what he wants. You know what I'm saying? He still tries to perfect it as if what he wants us to do from practice to the game.
Yeah. Now again, your name is Jashan, G-S-H-A-N. I'd love to know where that came from. Explain it to me.
Jashan. My dad's name is Gregory, and my mom's name is Chanel. So she took the G from Gregory and the S-H-A-N from Chanel and made Jashan.
It sounds simplistic to me. Actually, I like it. Good luck along the way. I appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us.
That's what I'm talking about.
We'll be back with more.
There's a hidden gem in downtown Columbia, South Carolina. Are you ready to witness the epitome of grit and passion? Well, welcome to Allen University Athletics. From dazzling plays on the basketball court to the electrifying crowd, we've got tradition and we've got pageantry. Fueled by determination and unwavering spirit, coaches will push everyone's limits, game after game. At Allen University, we believe in the power of unity, teamwork, and resilience. Together, we rise. Be a part of the legacy and experience the thrill of Allen University Athletics. For more information, visit our athletics website at auyellowjackets.com.
Now joined by head softball coach Kayla Robinson, as Coach KP, as they call it. She has Coach K on her hat. I don't have a hat that says AD, by the way, but that's another story.
I'll make you one.
Okay, thank you. She'll make me one. Coach, let's talk about the season so far. A big one, big tournament coming up over the weekend, HBCU Invitational with the CIAA versus the SIAC. Tell me about that tournament. How did you get involved in that?
Well, actually, we got to play in it for the first time last year. Last year, Claflin hosted it, and they hosted it at their fields. So that was our first taste of being able to play in that. So this year, I knew it was going to be a really good experience for the team, especially us being so young. Like, that's a really good tournament to really play in and grow in as well. So this year it's actually in Spartanburg. It's at Tiger River Park. We're really excited about it. And I actually told the girls in our first team meeting, I felt like this tournament would be our first chance to really open a lot of people's eyes and really show what we can bring to the field and what we're trying to do this season.
That's awesome. You've had a couple of home matches under your belt, not necessarily the results that you've been looking for, but offensively, it appears the team is much improved from a year ago.
Oh yes, absolutely. I tell them all the time, y'all make it very hard for me to put a lineup together, but I enjoy it being hard because that means everybody's competing and everybody's making it hard for me to make those decisions. So luckily, we have the opportunity to kind of play around with our lineup, but so far our bats have been very hot, so I have no complaints about it, and I'm just glad that, you know, it's starting to click early instead of later when it comes to the bats.
A couple of young pitchers on the roster. What have they learned about themselves so far, and what are you looking for out of them in the weeks to come?
Really just learning how to control the environment. You know, with there being so many new girls, there are a lot of people coming to our games, and, you know, they've had to learn how to really play through that pressure. And, you know, of course, you know, fans and the cheers, you know, sometimes they might pick on you because you threw a few balls, but what are you going to do now? Are you going to fold and you're just going to walk the batter, or are you going to come back and you're going to sit her down? So just really trying to work through that adversity and just, you know, controlling their environment, like I said, because, I mean, they control the pace of the game because it's literally them in the middle and it's their show.
You know, so a year ago you had some problems where you were in a contest and before you know it, you maybe get a base runner, then a couple of errors will lead to a couple of more unforced errors, a couple of more runs coming across the plate. Before you know it, sometimes the games will get out of hand and then the confidence is gone too. Seeing a lot less of that, what's the difference this year?
Just really being able to bring in a lot of girls that already have that winning and competitive mentality built into them already. You know, they come out there every day and they're competing for a spot. Unfortunately, that's the competitiveness that I didn't have last year because of the lack of numbers. But now that we have so many, nobody's spot is guaranteed. Everybody comes out there every day fighting for a spot. So I feel like because they know they have to go hard all the time, it really helps them to get through each game, because it's like, okay, I don't focus, then next game I might not be standing right here, you know? So.
Well, you talked about the difficulty because of the competition of making a lineup. You got to have some difficulty controlling the many personalities on that roster in a good way.
Absolutely.
You got some spirited, friendly, just vibrant young ladies on your roster.
Yes.
I notice there's never a dull moment.
Oh yes, it is absolutely not. Now, of course, I won't lie, I have had those practices and a couple times where it's like, all right, y'all, we having a lot of fun, but let's reel it on in. But I can say with this group, they do know how to, you know, set that boundary and draw that line of like, okay, yeah, we playing and laughing now, but okay, it's time for coach to tell us what we doing next, and like, you know, it's time to get to it and work hard. So I appreciate how fun they are, because sometimes as coaches, you know, we can be stressed about some different things that they don't even know about. So it's always a bright spot in my day when I know I can come to practice, and even though I'm ready to get to work, they know, okay, like we can still have fun, coach, like, you know, laugh a little bit, it's okay.
Sure. Let's talk about your staff a little bit. You got Sierra Smith on your staff. She is in her second season with you. Former Division I player at Alabama A&M, turned Tuskegee and decorated player as well. A lot of knowledge up under her belt as a catcher. How helpful has she been to you and the staff? Oh, she has been a dream for sure, especially this year with us having more pitchers and more catchers on our team in general. That's her world, and I'm just living in it. I allow her to teach the pitchers any new pitches that they need, and actually 3 days a week they have pitcher and catcher sessions only with her, and they go through different things. So I've been able to really, because I'm a control freak, I won't, you know, lie. I like things to go the way I want them to go and things like that. So being able to kind of release that control and trust her to be able to, you know, handle the pitchers and catchers and really hold them accountable. I've seen a lot of great changes out of them from the fall to now. So I have no complaints when it comes to that. And I really appreciate her being here to help, because I like to focus on the defense and she likes to focus on the hitting, and then the pitchers and catchers are hers. So we finally have that system going now that we're both in year 2 together. Right. Coach KP, Coach K, Kayla Robinson, however you want to label it. Coach, thank you for your time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, we'll be back with more.
There's a hidden gem in downtown Columbia, South Carolina. Are you ready to witness the epitome of grit and passion? Well, welcome to Allen University Athletics. From dazzling plays on the basketball court to the electrifying crowd, we've got tradition and we've got pageantry. Fueled by determination and unwavering spirit, coaches will push everyone's limits, game after game. At Allen University, we believe in the power of unity, teamwork, and resilience. Together, we rise. Be a part of the legacy and experience the thrill of Allen University Athletics. For more information, visit our athletics website at auyellowjackets.com.
Final segment of the Allen University Coaches Show. I want to remind you to visit our website at www.auyellowjackets.com. That's where you can find scores, recaps, updates, and all of the latest news there on our official website of the Allen University Yellow Jackets. My time is up. Thank you for yours.